and this is Procrastination Garage.
It's Sunday morning, about 8:30 a.m., and we're on a mission. We want to get to McDonald's by the 10:30 breakfast close. So we've got 2 hours to get something done. What are we working on? We've got to do an oil change in my daughter's car. We've got to take the studded tires off, put the regular tires back on, and we've got a headlight to replace. You'll remember that we replaced the left headlight, I don't know, it's been a couple months ago, and now we got to put the right one in because we didn't get that done. And then she also needs a pair of windshield wiper blades, which we'll pick up on our McDonald's run. So 2 hours, that's plenty of time, right? We've got to get the tractor out of the way. Well, we got to get the mower out of the way. The tractor, we've got to use it to go pick up tires. We've got the tires from the Venza that need to go back in the container. So there's a little bit of other stuff that has to go on as well, but all easily done in 2 hours, right? Well, less than 2 hours because we've got to be there to pick up by 10:30. We'll get her done. Summer tires up in their relative location, and I had the air compressor running while we were down getting the tires. So let's go ahead and get these aired up to the proper PSI. All 4 tires are swapped and torqued to spec. Well, you know, my spec. Now let's get the oil changed. All the dirty work is done below. New filter, a wicks, and now need to top it off with oil, Castrol Edge, synthetic, 0W20. You may remember a couple months back, the left headlight went out. Low beam went out on this car, and so when we tore into it, what we discovered was that somebody had installed some HID upgrade, but they'd failed. Anyway, talked to the parts house. They recommended these LEDs, so I bought a pair of them, and not the purple one, but the one to the left, the silver one, is the one we replaced. So now coming over to the right-hand side here, you can see there's the purple one, and then down there, that's the one that needs to be replaced to match the other one. But with it is a bunch of excess wiring that doesn't need to be in here either. So I'm going to go ahead and get that out and put the new bulb in. I'm not sure if you could see any of that. Anyway, what we discovered from the other side was that the little clip that's supposed to hold the wiring in place doesn't work. So on the other side, I've just got it with electrical tape wrapped really tight. And on this one, I decided to use some zip ties. So let's turn the lights on and see if it works. All right, flip the switch. Look at there. We've got a light over here. Got a light over there. Looks good, right? Verify we've got high beams too. High beams make a lot of noise. Must be little fans in them or something. All right, good enough. We're going to call that job done. So we're calling everything under the hood done here. And you look up there on the clock. You see that? We are 9:45. We're right on schedule. Because I want to get to the parts store and get the windshield wiper blades, I'm not going to worry about getting cleaned up and everything before I leave for McDonald's. So we'll get this later. Taking the Mazda 5 to O'Reilly's to get some windshield wiper blades and also to go to McDonald's to get breakfast. So this thing takes one 26-inch blade and one 16-inch blade, and then the back window is a 12-inch blade. I hadn't thought about the back window, but if I can find a 12-inch blade, I guess I'll do that one too. So let's go. O'Reilly's for the win. Well, I think. We've got all the sizes that I think we need. We'll go home and put them on. But first, let's hit McDonald's. Made it. All right, let's get these blades swapped out. Shouldn't be too difficult. I'll show you when I'm done. Unless I run into problems. All done. Can you tell? Okay, so maybe you couldn't tell from the new blades, but you can certainly tell looking at the old blades. Yeah, they were due for replacement. Hey, little Skeeter. You big helper dog? You big helper dog today? So that's it. My daughter's car is done, ready for her to pick it up. So I don't think I mentioned, I think I'd mentioned that the girls went to California to visit Grandma 10 days ago, and they're due back today. And of course I put it off until the last possible minute to get her car taken care of. But hey, this is Procrastination Garage. Everything's all cleaned up and I rearranged a little bit. Moved the tractor all the way over to the right, put the ATV to the left, brought the side-by-side back into that bay. So that bay over there is empty. All the tools away that we were using today, plus some tools we weren't using today. And took the tires down and put them in the container after marking what position they were in. So that's all we're doing today. We got to go inside and do a little bit of housework before the girls get home. Hey, do you like what you see so far? Well, if not, it gets better. No, it doesn't. I'm lying. It's going to be more of the same. But hey, if you are still here, do me a favor, hit the like button, and please subscribe, and please tell all your friends. Thanks. It's around 2:30 on Tuesday afternoon. Can you hear the wind blowing? It's whistling a little bit. Pretty nice day otherwise, though. Temperature's got to be in the 60s. So I've got a couple hours to kill before my wife gets home, and I've got a UTV project, but I'm going to wait till tomorrow to start that. So what I thought we'd do, remember these hoses that I laid out here last fall? And I said I'd wait for a warm day and get them rolled up and they wouldn't be here all winter long. Yeah, well they were. The good news is I managed to get through the winter without running over any of the ends. It didn't crush any. So I've kind of already started. I've got, these are the three shorter ones. I think they're 50 footers. Got them out of the way. Everything else, oh no, I see one more. Anyway, the rest of them are 100 footers. So I'm just putting them back where I got them from, like along that property line over there, just places that I run sprinklers. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that and maybe tell you about it when I'm done, or show you, or none of the above. Who knows? Looky there, all the hoses are gone. I was wrong. I did hit one of them with a truck because I had one I had to bend back into shape with a pair of pliers. It was just barely bent, so it almost doesn't count. So what else? All this junk PVC pipe. I say junk. It's not really junk. I'm going to use it. It's just there's some smaller pieces, broken pieces and whatnot. But this is a bad place for them. You can see where it's broken right here. That's because I run over the ends of it, putting the motorhome in the shop there. So this really shouldn't be here. It's been there for a year. Yeah, I know, procrastination. I mean, we're only going to move it a few feet. We're going to move it over to this pile. But at least over here, it's more out of the way. And the goal is to use this summer or spring or something. You just wait and see. It's going to happen. There, doesn't that look better? How come I didn't do that last year? Yeah, I don't know. Lazy. It's Wednesday afternoon around 2 o'clock. Gorgeous day today. Check it out. Temperatures in the 60s. No real wind to speak of. And what are we doing? We got to get ready to go play tomorrow. We're going to take the side-by-side up for the first time this season. And so what do we need to do? We need to get the trailer hooked up to the white truck. I need to check the air pressure and all the tires, make sure there's a current registration sticker on there. I know I paid for the registration. I just don't know if I got the sticker put on there because it was due back in December. And then we need to get the UTV, need to make a repair on it, and then we need to get it loaded. Maybe check the oil on it too. So let's do something. I guess another thing we need to do is reconfigure the back bed here. Over the winter, it just kind of became a collection point. All my gopher hunting supplies are in here. Then you'll recognize that trailer tire there from the small trailer, and I don't know what else in here. But anyway, we need to get this stuff out, and we need to get the high lift jack in here, and axe. Oh, it looks like the axe is in here. Brought the poop bucket down. We'll keep that in there, and anything else we feel needs to go in there. So let me get that stuff swapped around. So look what I just figured out. You know, I'd been laying the high lift jack. It kind of goes corner to corner here, and the axe next to it. The problem is I had no way of really keeping it secure in there. It was always kind of vibrating around, and you know, if you got in an accident or something, that thing could come forward and smack somebody in the head. So I got to look at it and decided that, you know what, with a couple of bungee cords, I could put it right there, and then I even slipped the axe in behind it. So the thing is, it's solid. It's not going anywhere. I think that'll work. Maybe not a long-term solution, but certainly a good short-term one. I like it. Got a couple of straps here I need to roll up, and then I'm going to bring my big 30-foot heavy-duty one that I keep in the white truck as well. You just never know. We should run into snow tomorrow. The goal is not to have a stuck fest or anything, but it could happen. I think I'm all loaded up. I've got the chainsaw in there. I've got chainsaw gas and some bar oil inside that bag there. I've got the chainsaw strapped down along with the poop bucket. They can move around a little bit, but they're really not going anywhere, I don't think. The only thing not strapped down are my straps, but they're fairly lightweight. I'm not too worried about getting hit with those, and we may need those quickly. So now what's the project? You may recall from last fall that when we put the windshield in, the one thing we lost was our canvas roof here. The Velcro right in the center used to mount right across there on the roll bar, and so I had to take it off in order to put the windshield in. So what we're going to do is we're going to put that Velcro back. I'm going to take a piece and stick it across the top of the windshield, but I bought a big enough roll to where I'm hoping I can add some Velcro like across here and across over there. And what I'm hoping is that now I'll be able to leave the roof on when I'm trailering. They tell you not to, but I think before the wind was hitting it from underneath as well as on top, and I think that was a problem. Now that it's just coming over the top, maybe it'll be okay. I'll show you the damage that was done. Well, I'll try and show you. I'll get you up high enough. Yeah, see there's that hole right there in the roof? And that was from it flapping around, and I think maybe the metal rod came out. So, I don't know. We'll give it a try and see. We'll tow it up there with the roof on, and if it's a problem, then we won't do it anymore. The goal was to actually replace this roof with a plastic one. Kawasaki offers a nice form-fitting plastic one, but it's like $400, and I like this roof just fine if it'll, you know, if I can. I'm just lazy. I don't want to take it down every time, which is what I've been doing. So anyway, let's get the Velcro pieces installed. It's a nice day outside, but I decided to close because I know I was getting some glare. So anyway, I think what we're going to start with, I think we'll undo these straps on both sides, and that way that'll let me kind of flip it up. And so I'm going to take a piece of the Velcro. It's 3M. One side is sticky, the other side is the Velcro. I'm going to cut a piece to match what's already there, and I'm going to stick it on there, and then we'll go ahead and stretch the roof out and Velcro it, or well, we'll use the sticky and stick it into place. And then after we've done that, we'll cut pieces to go across on either side, and we'll try and just slip those up under there. Now see, they're going to be sticky on both sides, so how sticky will they be to the canvas long term? I don't know, but I've got nothing to lose. And you know, if I don't take it off and on, it probably will be okay. If I have to start taking it off and on, that's when it'll come undone. But let's just see what we can do. All right, we've been foiled. They sent me two of the same thing. It was supposed to be, you know, his and hers. I'll get hold of them, the company through Amazon, and hopefully they'll send out the right stuff. But in the meantime, that means the best I can do is just that center section for tomorrow. So I guess we'll see how that goes. I'll go ahead and get this hook back down and we'll call it good, but that's disappointing. So I need to check the oil, and the way you would do it is pull the seat cushion and you'd go right down through here. I tried putting some this Dynamat in here to quiet it down a little bit, which didn't really work. And all it does is make it to where I can't access the oil dipstick. So I think what I decided was the next best thing is to remove this panel here, which just has some clips, and then it pops right out, and then I think I can reach down in there. So let me try that. 5 little plastic clips to get that off. That wasn't so bad. But now that you're in, you're still not in. That little piece of kind of a rubbery thing needs to come off, but it's not. It's supposed to pull over the top of those 2 little clips, and it doesn't. If I put some heat to it, it might. But it looks like I can just pull those clips at the bottom and get in there. There's a lot of work. It's obvious I don't check the oil very often. But so far it hadn't used any oil, so I haven't needed to. Oh yeah, that was a piece of cake. I mean, it wasn't that bad. So there's the oil fill right there. I will check it and let you know. Can you focus on that? So it's at the add mark. So it does use a little bit of oil. All loaded up and ready to go tomorrow. But let me tell you, if that was a test, I failed big time. It's been a long time since I forgot to clamp down my latch and put the lock on there. I probably would have caught it before I left tomorrow, but that wasn't the way to discover it. The good news is that when it dropped down, it dropped right back down on the ball, so made it easy to connect, but that was dumb. All right, see you tomorrow. It's Thursday morning. We are a group of 4, and we're headed up to the Nile Snow Park to unload, which is not a snow park at this point in time, so we are legal to be there with our side-by-sides. We have 3 side-by-sides and 1 ATV, and we got to stick to lower elevations today because there is still snow up high. In fact, yesterday I was invited to go snowmobiling on Sunday, this coming Sunday. Haven't decided for sure if I'm going to go, but anyway, let's go find some dirt to play in. And I should mention that the dog is with me today. We turned on the 1600 road in the Nile and headed to our unloading point. Interesting how much dust there is already in April. It's going to be a dusty summer. Some rain will help, but this is not a good indicator. Usually this time, yikes, this road is rough. Usually this time of year things are still pretty damp and there's no real dust. After unloading, we hit the trails. We rode on some high-speed gravel roads and some four-wheel drive trails that were a little slower paced. We were on the west side of the Rattlesnake Range, looking down into the Rattlesnake. Here we're looking across the Devil's Table. Yes, there's still a lot of snow at the high elevations, and we did get into a little bit of it. This trail dead ended when we came to a bunch of downed trees. The three UTVs in our group were all short wheelbase, which was good because it made it a lot easier to turn around in this tight area. I could mention that I got stuck in this area, but since there's no pictures, there's no proof. And probably I just needed a quick tug back. And then I took a different line, got up on top of the snow, and all was good. Here the other guys are coming through.
Back up some more.
This was the most challenging part of our ride on this day, and probably the most fun as well.
There you
At this point, we had reached the highest elevation of our ride, and we were working our way back down. This snow was actually a little deeper, but it was pretty solid, and we were mostly riding on top of it. Out of the snow and headed back to the trucks. A fun day.
It's about 3:30 p.m. Made it home, unloaded, everything's put away. Good ride today.
That's the end of this week's Procrastination Garage. Hope you guys enjoyed the content. Hey, down in the comments, why don't you tell me about the projects you're working on, or better yet, tell me about the things you're procrastinating about. Remember, the goal of Procrastination Garage is to keep me motivated, to keep me working down in the shop, out in the yard, or playing up in the hills. And we did a little bit of playing, and we worked in the shop, so that was a good week. Remember, my name is Matt. This is Procrastination Garage, and I hope to see you next week, or whenever I get the next video out. Thanks.